My name is Dr. Hozien, and I'll be talking to you today about managing facilities and school district purchasing procedures. This is taken from a text called Modern School Business Administration. Guthrie et al. 2008 are the authors. The purpose is to gain a working knowledge of the key role the school business administrator plays in the maintenance and operation of the district's plan, to use the knowledge to determine a philosophy of maintenance and operations. Maintenance is the function of the school system associated with upkeep, repair, and replacement to ensure continuous usability. Privatization question: when to use it and when not to use it. You save money, you improve operations. Things could be done better if you privatized school business operations, such as maintenance, such as snow removal or grass cutting, for example. And when you not to use it, when it becomes too expensive, when the union contracts become convoluted and complicated to navigate. Organization of maintenance. Core concerns are safety, serviceability, energy conservation, and the general economy. There are three basic plans: your local system maintenance program, the contracted or outsourced one. Most school districts use a combination of both programs. There are types of maintenance in school districts. There's preventive, periodic, predictive, recurring, emergency. You do not want to get to the emergency portion. You want to work on preventive measures as far as maintenance is concerned. Maintenance performance measures are custodial, grounds, employee training, and cost measures. Staffing issues are scheduling, reduction in force, which is always happening in education, and of course the union agreements. Most maintenance organizations are unionized. Energy and resource conservation, energy and supplies. There are energy upgrades and the never-ending inspections. You need to understand when inspections occur in your school building, in your school district, and keep them on the calendar. Environmental hazards no longer just include mold and asbestos. Yes, most buildings in the United States were built during the FDR administration in the 1940s, and they are old. Therefore, asbestos is an issue. Today, you have HIV/AIDS as an issue, and yes, we have rats scurrying about. What is your school district policy about pest control? Plant security. You have the design on the outside, security technology within the school buildings, and thank you, No Child Left Behind. You have a zero tolerance policy. Most states and school districts are revisiting the zero tolerance policy. Construction for future issues. You have building sites. Most important aspect are safety issues and dropping off the students in the morning and the afternoon pickup. Summary: the role of the school business administrator in managing facilities is perhaps one of the most comprehensive job descriptions ever known to mankind. Security is an issue, environment, costs, and continuous operations. How do you manage materials? Again, this is taken from Guthrie in Modern School Business Administration. There's an important aspect to purchasing. What are the procedures? What are the relationships to the accountant? And where do you warehouse supplies, and how are they distributed in your school or school district? Context of purchasing involves, in a constantly changing social, economic, and political climate, what direct effect does efficiency and delivery of educational instruction has on purchasing? Framework under which purchasing operates is the fact that it is state regulated. The relationship of purchasing to educators is the fact that they are customers and must be satisfied. It goes down to providing a learning environment for every student. Purchasing in different systems. In larger systems, it is centralized. In small systems, a teacher can actually request an entire math curriculum to be implemented in the entire school district. For example, if the math teacher really likes the McGraw-Hill and not another publishing house math curriculum, she can ask that the entire school district purchase this $5,000 math curriculum for K through 12, and it could be implemented if she creates or has a great argument for that. And I've actually seen that happen. Advent of e-commerce. What legal and ethical issues could outweigh the convenience factor of this new purchasing strategy? Legal facets of purchasing. In many cases, the purchasing agent cannot make valid contracts of the purchase. Purchasing the process. Optimize the system's educational outputs. Maintain continuity of supply with minimum in inventory. Avoid duplication waste as well. Purchasing is a support function of the educational system. That's what you have to keep in mind. The process is requisition, specifications, and quotes. Okay, you need to get the best price for your product. Process. It includes advertising, but you have to advertise for the bid. And what if it's a late bid? What policy does your school district or school have for people who bid late? And then you have to evaluate the vendors. And the ethics comes in when uncle, brother, or cousin bids. Do you give them first dibs on the purchase? Not if you want to keep your job. Misconduct in purchasing leads to jail time. Avoid it. What advice would you give to purchasing officials faced with a great need to supplement instruction whose district lacks the necessary procurement resources? Means you have no money. What do you do now? Overview of purchasing. The requisitioner, the purchase order is very important. It has to be clear. Selling, leasing, and then how do you destroy outdated equipment? Distribution systems. Is it cost effective? Is the process efficient? Does it support instruction? This is where the educational philosophy meets purchasing agent. Summary. Purchasing is integral to the educational program. Every principle of good procurement applies to purchasing, control, warehousing, and salvaging and distributing of the materials. Both instructional, business, and personnel considerations need to be involved continuously throughout the year in the purchasing process to ensure the interests of the students are being put first. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, email me at the email below.